there will be an experimental aircraft presentation by Airport Advisory Board President Pat Shetler, along with static aircraft and helicopter displays. The public is encouraged to attend, so come on out to the airport Thursday and show your local pride. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue says it's a very good thing that China is coming back to the trade table with the U.S. A new round of negotiations were scheduled to begin yesterday. We get more from Department of Agriculture's Rod Bain.
U.S. and Chinese trade negotiators are scheduled to resume talks in Washington, D.C., the first in-person talk since earlier this summer, in hopes of crafting an agreement and de-escalating trade tensions between the two nations. This week's talks are expected to set the stage for high-level U.S.-Chinese trade negotiations early in October. Recently, both our country and China have delayed issuing additional retaliatory tariffs against the other. It hopes this new round of discussions can create a trade deal.
Perdue says we know China needs agriculture products and we want them to be a good customer, but they are going to have to play by the same rules everyone else has to play by. The exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast for tonight, it'll be cloudy, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after midnight, overnight low down to 70. For Saturday, it'll be cloudy, showers and thunderstorms mainly before noon, a high near 80 with breezy south winds. Saturday night, there is a flash flood watch in effect until Sunday morning. We're expecting showers and thunderstorms, with some of those storms producing very heavy rainfall. Overnight low is 66. Looking at Sunday, it'll be cloudy with showers and thunderstorms mainly in the morning and cooler 76 the expected high. I'm Don Elliott, KOFO News.
Good evening and welcome into week 3 of the Friday Night Lights preview show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. I'm Bob Johnson, and I am happy that you've joined us here as we set you up like bowling pins to knock you down with all the action of area football, high school football on a Friday night. And what a night do we have for you here this evening. There's some intriguing matchups. There are teams looking for their first wins of the year. There are teams looking for their first win in more than a year. And lots of things to get to here this evening here on the Friday Night Lights preview show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. We want to remind you that at 6:40 here on the Mothership, we will start with the Rob Hedrick pregame show as Gary Bateman will be alongside Rob Hedrick to get you ready for the Cyclones kickoff, which will be at 7 o'clock on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO, and also on KOFO.com. The KOFO High School Football Game of the Week will feature West Franklin taking on Linden. That game can be heard on KOFO.com at 7. Pre-game to start at about 6:45, 6:50-ish, and Luke Queen will have that for you here on KOFO.com. So a lot of things to get to, and let's get this ball rolling here. As we mentioned, it's Paola coming to Ottawa High School here this evening. Paola comes in at 2-0, Ottawa High at 1-1. And the Cyclones came crashing down to earth last week. After they pulled off their Week 1 victory over Baldwin, they were crushed by Spring Hill 50-7. Paola started off the season hot as they have won their first 2 games by a score of 106-21. That includes last week's shutout victory over Fort Scott. Ottawa High will have to find a way to minimize turnovers and keep that ball out of Paola's offense's hands and make the most of their offensive possessions. And these two teams met last year, and the Cyclones came out on the short end of the stick. They lost to Paola 59-13 in that matchup, and Ottawa has lost the last 2 meetings between these two. Cyclones' last victory over the Panthers came in 2016 when Ottawa High rolled Paola 38-7. So we will talk with Gary Bateman coming up in about 11 minutes or so to discuss this one, as the Cyclones and the Panthers will kick off at the top of the hour at Steve Grogan Stadium. The KOFO Game of the Week features West Franklin, who is 0-2 on the year, and Linden, who is 2-0. And the Falcons, they've only managed 14 points offensively in their first two games of the year. Linden has scored 54 points, and the Falcons' defense has given up 57 points in their two games so far. Linden's defense has only allowed 13 points to be scored against them, so this is going to be an interesting matchup. Can West Franklin stem the tide, stem the bleeding, and start getting some things going positively, especially against a Linden team who is finding momentum again after a rough 2018 season? West Franklin did shock Linden last year. They blasted them 39-0 in this matchup, and that was a game that I don't think anybody saw that score coming, or let alone saw that victory coming. But the Falcons are 1-2 in their last three meetings with the Linden Tigers. And you'll hear this one on KOFO.com at the top of the hour, and pregame again at about 6:45, 6:50-ish on KOFO.com. In other area action, Wellsville 2-0. They have started their season off on the right foot. They've picked up victories, including last week's 33-21 win over Iola. Burlington at 1-1 comes into tonight's game. They opened their home portion of the schedule last week with a loss to Olpe 42-0, and they're going to look to rebound against an Eagles squad that has scored 67 points in their first two games. Burlington won the 2018 fixture between these two teams 34-12. They are 2-1 in the last three meetings are Burlington. The Eagles' last win against Burlington was in 2016 when the Eagles flew to a 35-7 victory. And in a matchup between two teams who are looking for their first wins of the year, somebody has to win tonight between Central Heights and Wabaunsee, both at 0-2. They've struggled, both teams have, to start the season. Central Heights has been feeling the offensive woes. They've only scored 6 points so far this season, and the Vikings lost last week 36-0. While the Chargers of Wabaunsee showed a little fight in their 42-28 defeat to Mission Valley last week, the Vikings are looking for their first win since October 25th of 2018. And Central Heights' first win of the season, though, came against this Wabaunsee team 34-22. This time, though, Central Heights will have to go on the road to pick that one up. We'll keep you posted as the evening goes on how this one shakes out. But the Vikings looking to get a victory to get this season finally going in a positive direction. Council Grove will be at Osage City. Council Grove is 1-1 on the year. Osage City at 0-2, and I don't think anybody really felt that the Osage City Indians would be 0-2, especially coming off the great 2018 campaign. They're going to look to right that ship tonight against Council Grove, and a side that has split their first two games of the season. Osage City picked up their second straight loss, as we mentioned. They fell to rival Linden 21-7, while Council Grove cruised to their first victory last week over Central Heights 36-0. Osage City's offense has struggled so far. They've only managed 13 points, but the Indians are 2-1 in the last three matchups between these two teams, and Council Grove's last win was back in 2016. So another game to keep an eye on, especially Osage City looking to try to find some positives, but they'll have a tough time against Council Grove. Now, if I was to tell you at the start of the season that we would be at week 3 and both Lewisburg and Baldwin are 0-2 so far, you would look at me like I was crazy. But we come into tonight's game with both teams looking for their first wins of the season. Both these teams have been part of the upper crust of area football teams, but 2019 not kind so far. Last week, Baldwin fell to Piper 57-6, And Lewisburg struggled and managed only 6 points in their loss to Tonganoxie last week. Lewisburg did tame the Bulldogs last year, 27-7. They've also won 4 out of the last 5 games between these two teams. Baldwin's last victory over Lewisburg was the 2014 season when they squeaked out a 1-point victory, 20-19. Galena's on the road. They'll take on Prairie View. Galena is 2-1. Prairie View is 2-0 on the year. And the Bulldogs go to Lacine. After picking up a win last week, they beat Girard handily by the score of 48-14. They won their last 2 games by a combined score of 106-22. Prairie View has won their first 2 games of the season, including a 36-0 drubbing of Altoona Midway last week. Prairie View's offense has done very well so far this year. They've outscored their opponents 71-15. And then these two teams did meet last year. Galena scooped up the victory over the Buffaloes 50-22. And another matchup between two teams who are 1-1 on the year. Santa Fe Trail will head down Highway 59 to Anderson County and Garnett. Garnett will be the host for this matchup between the Chargers and the Bulldogs. Both teams picked up victories, their first victories of the year last week. Santa Fe Trail blew out Osawatomie 41-12, while Anderson County picked up an upset over Parsons 44-15. A year ago, the Chargers tamed the Bulldogs, winning by a score of 41-7, and Santa Fe Trail has won 3 straight against Anderson County. The Bulldogs' last victory over the Chargers, 2015, where they won by 2 points, 22-20. Other action that we'll be keeping an eye on for you tonight. Parsons, who's 1-1, will match up with Osawatomie, who is 0-2. The Indians looking for their first win since 2017, and we may need to get Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine involved to find a victory for them here tonight. But Osawatomie looking to try to get off the schneid and get their first win since 2017. 1-1 Hartford will be on the road at Waverly, who comes into tonight's game at 0-2. The 0-2 Maridazine Valley High School team goes into Lebo, who is 2-0 tonight. And Maranatha Christian Academy, 2-0 on the year, will take on the Crest Lancers, who are 1-1 on the season. So that's a look at the area high school games we'll be keeping an eye on for you tonight. And we will give you weather details coming up here in just a bit, actually here in just a few seconds. We'll also talk with Gary Bateman and Luke Queen about the games they'll be broadcasting later on this evening as we get you ready for kickoff at 7 o'clock. But first, a break. You're listening to the Friday Night Lights Show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast.
No matter what brand of AC you have, Adamson Brothers can make sure it's ready for the hot summer ahead. Call them today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Tonight, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 2, overcast, a low of 70. Tomorrow, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, overcast, a high of 78. And on tomorrow night, showers and thunderstorms. Some of those storms could produce heavy rain, low around 67. Chance of precipitation is 90%. Humidity's 94%. Winds out of the south at 15 miles per hour, gusting to 22. Barometric pressure's at 29.96 inches of mercury. And in South Ottawa, it's 73 here at 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Jim Trendle here from Trendle Lumber Company. My son Kyle is a graduate of the architectural school at Kansas University. Kyle does home designs. He's in-house, but he can also modify an existing design if you found one someplace else that you've got and you want to make some modifications to it. He's very up-to-date on the latest building code requirements. I'm Jim Trendle with Trendle Lumber Company, 1516 South Main, where service matters.
Hi, this is Laura Hibberts, pharmacist at Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Legacy Square is complete, and now you have even more convenient access to all of your prescription needs at Kramer Pharmacy, your local Ottawa pharmacy at 134 South Main. We thank you for your patience during the Legacy Square project and hope you took advantage of our curbside pickup. You can still have your prescriptions delivered, get automatic refills, and use the prescription refill mobile app. Kramer Pharmacy, just east of Legacy Square at 134 South Main. Call 242-2055 or visit KramerRx.com.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard. Aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Back here on Friday Night Lights, Bob Johnson with the big microphone in front of my face, and it's time now to talk with Gary Bateman, who is at Steve Grogan Stadium as we get ready for Paola to come to town to take on the Ottawa High Cyclones. Gary, good evening.
Bob, how are you tonight?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing okay. It's a rather drizzly evening here, early evening here at Ottawa High School.
A little. I seem to thinking it's a little reminiscent of last year's game with Paola. It had a little bit of drizzle and that going on, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think that might be right. We had a lot of games that weather affected last year, but this one here tonight, the wind's also going to be a factor. The wind is blowing very strongly, and kind of an east wind, so that means it's going to be blowing, helping the team moving left or right as we see it here. And of course, the Paola Panthers generally don't throw the ball a whole lot, but the Cyclones, in order to be successful, they're going to have a good mixture of run and pass here tonight. So, you have to think about that certainly as far as, trying to get a passing game going.
Well, it's also going to affect special teams, especially going into that wind. You would imagine with gusts as high as 22 that kicking off and punting, you're going to be taking some chances on that one.
Well, that's true, too. And, you just never know what you might get yourself into. May force some strategy changes. Sometimes you'll see a team call a timeout before the end of a quarter so they can punt with the wind, that type of thing. Could see something like that here tonight.
Ottawa High, with a rough game last week against Spring Hill, had some issues offensively, defensively, just not able to hang with Spring Hill. And this week's going to be a tough one. Paola, as we mentioned in the outset, they've outscored their opponents 106-21 so far. This defense for Ottawa is going to have to find a way, not only just to slow down Paola, but they're going to have to get some stops here tonight.
Well, they are, and Paola is just at this point, you just got to pretty much consider them a juggernaut. They beat a Bonner Springs team badly. The score really doesn't indicate how badly the Panthers beat them in that game, because it was a second-string defense in there running against the first-string Bonner Springs offense, and they gave up touchdowns only on some gimmick plays. And then last week, we know what the Fort Scott Tigers usually bring to the plate, and they just ran roughshod over them from the opening play. So I think Coach Mike Duppert has got himself a real good football team here this season, and the Cyclones are going to have to be on their best here tonight to be in this ball game with the Panthers, I think.
Definitely no mental errors and no turnovers. You cannot give this Panther squad any extra possessions.
We'd like to see a game similar to what Ottawa played against Baldwin in the first week of the season. They committed one turnover, and that didn't hurt them at all. And they also had just one penalty that I can remember on the night. But last week, 3 turnovers, too many short fields for Spring Hill, and boy, you certainly can't do that with Paola. You got to make them earn every single yard they get.
Gary, what's going to be your keys for this for Ottawa? Obviously, turnovers are going to be big, but what's something that maybe people wouldn't expect?
If the Cyclones can put people in the box, and I think that's what you'll see tonight, and stop Paola's running attack early, maybe make them have to start thinking about it a little bit more. That could have an effect. I also think they're going to have to move the football, and if it's, doesn't matter, sometimes you got to figure out just a method to get it done. It might be the short pass, might be, delays on running plays, that type of thing, but they're going to have to find some things that are going to work for them against Paola here tonight.
Well, Gary, we will hear your golden tones here in about 15 minutes with the Rob Hedrick pregame show, and then kick off at 7 here on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO. Have a good call tonight, and thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, Bob. We'll be looking forward to hearing you tomorrow and out in Sterling, too.
Should be fun. It's always a good game between those two.
Yep.
All right, that's Gary Bateman at Steve Grogan Stadium as he is getting ready for Paola and Ottawa High. Now we're going to bring in Luke Queen as he has West Franklin at Linden. Luke, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
Hey, Bob. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. How about you? And so we've got West Franklin at 0-2, Linden at 2-0, and this is really a tale of two different teams here. West Franklin has struggled. They've only managed 14 points offensively. Linden has been able to put points up in the so far this year. It's really a tale of two opposite sides here.
Absolutely. West Franklin, new coach, new coaching staff this year, and a lot of turnover, a big graduating class from last year. So players playing new positions and trying to find their roles in this new offensive and defensive scheme, but definitely offensively. Trying to put points on the board has been the struggle so far for West Franklin this year.
One of the things about this game, last year West Franklin pulled off the upset over Linden, and so anything is possible. But what is West Franklin going to have to do here tonight to slow down this Linden Tiger squad?
Well, I think as with, most football games, you can always say it always starts up front, down in the trenches. And West Franklin's going to have to control the football. They're going to have to convert on third downs. They're going to have to manage really the time of possession and not give Linden the opportunity on a short field where they can strike quickly. Both of these teams are very young, but Linden's guys, kind of got experience last year as a really, really young team where West Franklin had a good senior class and a lot of upperclassmen. So this year their young guys are just getting the experience. So West Franklin's really just going to have to control the ball at the line of scrimmage, control the line, and keep drives alive to control the clock.
You mentioned the coaching and staff change for the Falcons this year. Does it seem like that right now for the Falcons, they're just still trying to feel their way through a new coaching philosophy, a new scheme?
Absolutely. Anytime, you get a new coach and they probably made some, even the simplest changes, is going to be a big adjustment, and like I said, with the graduating class from last year, you have to have people step in and fill in the quarterback and the starting tailback and a few offensive line spots, and trying to find those guys that haven't played those positions before can be challenging early on in the season.
I would imagine finding some success early is going to be key for this Falcon squad.
Absolutely. They would definitely, really need to get a good first drive in. I'm not saying it needs to result in six, in touchdown, but to move the ball and to not set up a short field for Linden or an opportunity there, and then a couple defensive stops early on could really get this young Falcon team headed in the right direction.
And really, that's the important part, is just to try to find some positives and use those as building blocks for the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
Luke, we appreciate you joining us. We'll talk to you again next week, and you can catch him coming up here at about 6:45, 6:50-ish with pregame, and then 7 o'clock kick over on KOFO.com. Luke, thanks again for joining us for Friday Night Lights.
You're welcome, Bob. Talk to you soon.
So that's a little bit of a peek behind the scenes of what's coming up for you here. Again, Ottawa High's game, 103.7 FM KOFO and 1220 AM KOFO, KOFO.com. The KOFO game of the week, West Franklin and Linden, will be on KOFO.com. We'll take our final break of the evening, and when we come back, we'll wrap this one up nice, neat, and tidy. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Trendle with Trendle Lumber Company. We pride ourselves in being able to go out and help you with most any project that you've got, whether it's a renovation of a kitchen, renovation of a bath, addition of a room, or a complete home build. We will come to your location, do the measurements, make sure that everything is the way it should be in regard to making the fit and finish proper on the building project. I'm Jim Trendle with Trendle Lumber Company, 1516 South Main, where service matters.
Tired of opening your closet and never finding what you want to wear? We can help. Stitch Fix is a personal styling service that matches you with your own stylist. Someone who listens to what you love and delivers the best clothes for you right to your door. With Stitch Fix, you'll get to discover new styles, new brands, and new looks to fit your unique shape and your budget. Discover the stylist and styles that work for you at StitchFix.com. Personal styling for women, men, and kids. StitchFix.com. Personal styling for everybody.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-636-9292. That's 1-800-636-9292. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-636-9292.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. Bob Johnson leading you up to 6:40 here on the mothership when the Rob Hedrick pregame show will take the stage with Gary Bateman. That'll lead you up to the top of the hour for the kickoff between Ottawa High and Paola. Over on KOFO.com, you'll also hear the KOFO Game of the Week, which will feature West Franklin and Linden. And that one will kick off at 7, pregame at about 6:50. You'll hear that one again on KOFO.com. So one thing I do want to mention here, as when we gave the weather earlier, just as a reminder, flash flood watch is in effect starting tomorrow night at 7 and running all the way through Sunday afternoon at 1. And this covers in the KOFO listening area Douglas, Lyon, Osage, and Franklin counties in the KOFO listening area. So a flash flood watch will go in there. Thunderstorms capable of producing heavy rainfall will be expected to develop across northeast and east central Kansas tomorrow and continue into the day on Sunday. And rainfall amounts of 2 to 4 inches are expected, with locally higher amounts possible. And that's why the flash flood watch will be issued and go into effect tomorrow, as we mentioned. So just wanted to put that out there for everybody. We were remiss to miss it, or we missed it earlier when we were doing the weather, so I wanted to make sure to put that out there. So again, the flash flood watch in effect from 7 o'clock tomorrow night until 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon here for Douglas, Osage, Franklin counties, and also Lyon counties in the KOFO listening area. Speaking of which, other games, we will be with you tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock for the Fusion Alley Ottawa University Braves pregame show. And then at 6, it'll be kickoff between Ottawa University and Sterling. I'll have the call for you from out in Sterling. It should be a fun one. Last year's game, if you remember, came all the way down to the wire with a touchdown pass to Darian Dillard in the corner of the end zone as time was running out on a sloppy track out in Sterling. So these games between these two teams are always fun. They're always tight. And Sterling, with a bunch of athletes that are sometimes a little undersized, but they'll go through a brick wall for their coach, while Ottawa High looking to go to 2-0 after having a week off last week. It's going to be a tough one, and again, weather may play a role in that one, as it may for the high school games tonight, as still a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, but mainly after 2 o'clock in the morning. But you can't rule one out maybe during the ball game here. But wind will be a little bit of an issue. 15 miles per hour to the south, gusts as high as 20 tonight as the games go on. So the weather will play an issue. It'll play an issue tomorrow in Ottawa University Braves ball game, and that's something to keep an eye on. And as Gary Bateman mentioned, Ottawa High needing to take advantage, if you can, of some of these conditions. If you can make it work, you maybe changing some of your coaching philosophy with the wind, especially with the way Steve Grogan Stadium, it is an east to west field instead of a north south field. And so you in some ways, as Coach Kessinger for Ottawa University always states it as, this may be a 2-quarter game where you're going to have the wind at your back for 2 quarters, and that's where you're going to have to make hay. And in the other 2 quarters, you're going to just kind of have to stand tall defensively and try to shut down the other team. And so Ottawa High really with a lot on their backs here this evening as they get ready to take on this juggernaut in the Paola Panther squad, who is 2-0 on the year. Really played well last year, made it all the way to the quarterfinals for the state tournament, 4A state tournament. And the Cyclones would like to find themselves at 2-1 by the time this evening ends. Speaking of which, when these games are over, you'll want to stay tuned to 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. 10 o'clock tonight, the man, the myth, the legend, Nick Gosnell takes the airwaves as he will bring you the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show with a wrap-up of all the state football action this evening. And we'll have updates from all the broadcasters giving you a wrap-up on the games. You'll get scores and highlights all through the night from 10 until 11 tonight here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. It's the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show with Nick Gosnell. And you'll hear wrap-ups from our ball games on there too. So you'll get to hear the sweet tones of Gary Bateman and Luke Queen on the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show. Royals do play tonight, but they will be preempted, so we'll keep you up to date on the score of the ball game against the Twins as the evening goes on. And we've got a lot of sports action for you here, so we're glad that you're sticking around with us tonight. If you're in for the car show, maybe driving around, thank you for tuning into 103.7 FM KOFO and 1220 on the AM dial. So we welcome you to Ottawa, and we welcome you to listening. You can stick around for high school action. And then tomorrow, a little shameless plug for myself, I'll be on the air doing some Ottawa University Braves football, so you might want to listen to that too during Cruise Night. But otherwise, enjoy yourself with Cruise Night. It's a fun night, one of the best times of the year here in Ottawa, especially when you have the tractor show last weekend, now you have the car show. 2 big events for the Ottawa area, for the downtown area, and also in Forest Park. So enjoy them for the weekend, and enjoy the football broadcast here this evening as we get you to the Rob Hedrick pregame show here in just a couple of minutes. I want to say thanks to Lars Johnson, who keeps us on the air and keeps everything running smoothly as being a producer extraordinaire. And I want to say thank you all to listening to the Friday Night Lights show. We'll be back with you a week from tonight. Again, we'll follow the local news at about 6 after the top of the hour of 6 o'clock. And we will run you through all the area action going on in the KOFO listening area for high school football. And don't forget, you can always go to KOFO.com and take a look at the sports page and find the scores so you can see who won and lost in the area for the high school games that are going on. But that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight, and we appreciate you joining us for the Friday Night Lights show. Well, as I mentioned, we'll be back again a week from tonight for Week 4 of Kansas high school football. I'm Bob Johnson. Thank you for joining us on the Friday Night Lights show on 103.7 FM KOFO, 1220 KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO, 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM and online at KOFO.com. Brought to you by Quality Structures Incorporated, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Sutton's Jewelry, Advent Health Ottawa, and by Ottawa University, Kramer Pharmacy, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and Lamb Roberts Funeral Home. Our Cyclone game sponsors also include Cosentino's Price Chopper, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, CarStar, Arvest Bank, the Ottawa Herald, and the City of Ottawa, Dials Construction, State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, and Fusion Alley with Primetime Grill coming soon. Now let's head to the field and join KOFO's Gary Bateman for Ottawa Cyclone football.
And good evening, everyone, from Steve Grogan Stadium. It's Frontier League football as the Ottawa Cyclones take on their arch rival from over in Miami County, the Paola Panthers. And we welcome you to the KOFO pregame show here. It's a interesting night weather-wise. There was some drizzle earlier. It is a windy evening with the wind blowing rather briskly pretty much out of the east-southeast, and that will have an effect on these two teams on this east-west field here at Steve Grogan Stadium. We expect an interesting ball game between the 2-0 Paola Panthers and the 1-1 Ottawa Cyclones. And we'll take a break right here and come back with our weekly conversation with OHS head football coach Rob Hedrick. You're listening to Cyclone Pregame on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials, 418-8211. 418-8211.
Technology, mobile banking. I totally heart my bank.
Kansas State Bank, a better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Ottawa Recreation Commission is your place for activities and other programs designed to keep the members of our community active and healthy. Visit us at the GOT building or online at orcottawaks.org to see recreation options for all ages. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bring recreation to life.
Evercraft Air Tools, available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
Time now for our weekly visit with Coach Rob Hedrick for the Cyclones. And last week it was a disappointing ball game against Spring Hill, and 50-7 doesn't really tell exactly what the game was like for about a quarter and a half. I mean, even though Spring Hill was moving the ball pretty well, it was still, 8-0 at the end of one quarter.
Yeah, and we moved the ball a little bit, and like I say, they kind of steamrolled, snowballed downhill. They got some scores, and then we gave them some turnovers and some short fields, and then it kind of turned into that score when we started handing them the ball with short fields and whatnot. We had, I believe, 3 turnovers, and that's 21 free points right there that really kind of turned it into an ugly score.
Yeah, and the turnovers led to points, and they led to short fields, as you mentioned. And, after the first drive that they had, which went 80 yards, then everything else was, I think, less than 55. And boy, you just can't allow them to have that kind of field position, can you?
No, they're a good team, and they have a lot of weapons, a lot of team speed. That's where they're going to find their success this year, is in all the team speed that they have. And the boys, the boys and us, the coaches, we talked about it all week. We didn't respond well at all as a team, as a coaching staff. When things went bad, we didn't bow up, and we just kind of laid down. And that was a big topic of discussion with everybody this week during practice. And the boys had a really good week of practice in kind of response to that. And so, we know what we did and what we didn't do, and we addressed it. And the boys are ready to move on.
Okay. And Spring Hill, let's face it, they are a very good football team.
They are. They have a lot of weapons on both sides of the ball, and they're another program. Coach Feedback's done a really nice job. He's got a lot of kids out, and they're not completely platooning, but they got a lot of kids playing one way, which allows them to do some things schematically that's hard to compete with when you got tired kids on both sides of the ball. But no excuses. They beat us. They took advantage of our mistakes, and they executed their game plan very well, and they got the W.
Cyclone lone touchdown coming in the fourth quarter. Nice pass play from Caleb Kessinger to Dadrian Aho.
Yeah, that was nice. They've had some nice connections this year, and that was a good one, because I told the boys, I don't care who's on the field, we're never going to stop playing. We're never going to give up. We're never going to stop. And so we were still slinging it, and it was a beautiful pass, perfect pass, and Dadrian outran the defense for a score that we needed. Gave us a little smile on the sideline, and a little positive after a long evening.
And you got to kick an extra point, too.
Yeah. We got Reese out there finally, and got the PAT team out there to see how they did, and they 1 for 1 on the year. All right, we can't make them all. We don't make the first one.
We'll take the positive, and we'll move on to the opponent for tonight. That's the Paola Panthers, and we'll talk about that after we take this time out. You're listening to the Rob Hendrick Show, part of Cyclone Pregame here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. Okay. Actually, let's just start back up again. Okay. That's fine too.
Okay.
All right, second section coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back here with Coach Rob Hedrick as the Cyclones get to take on, their traditional rivals, the Paola Panthers. And boy, the Panthers have just come out of the box, and they really, really look tough.
I told the boys, this is going to be the best team we play all year until the playoffs. Being very familiar with Coach Dumpert and his squad, we camped with them this summer, and could tell this summer that they are a very talented ball club. And then, like you said, seeing them on these first 2 weeks of the season on film, they're even more impressive on film. They're absolutely rolling. They're strong. Their strength is their O&D line. They're good all over the field, but their O&D line is exceptionally strong, which makes any team a very good team when you're strong in those positions.
The last few years, Ottawa's played Paola really, really tough, and the Panthers, they have a tendency sometimes to go maybe 5-4 or even a 4-5, but they always bring that thing back to where it's 8-1, 9-0, and what do you attribute something like that to?
I think that's what they expect. That's their tradition, and it's no secret that a winning tradition carries you a long ways. When kids step on the field and they expect to win, they do, and it's a system where they've been able to develop where if kids aren't bought in, they have other kids to step in that do believe in the system and do believe in doing everything that they can do to win a football game. So they've got a very nice tradition going on there, and they're always a tough team for sure.
Traditionally, you don't see much different from them from year to year. I mean, they're going to run it between the tackles. Every once in a while, they're going to throw in something just so you don't get complacent about packing everybody in the box. But it's pretty much smash mouth football with Paola.
Same every year. It's the same every year, and it's going to be the same tonight. They're going to run their tailbacks, a lot of sweeps, and then they're going to run their inside veers with their fullback and quarterback. And then, like you said, every once in a while when we're creeping up to within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage, they're going to throw a play-action pass. So it's not a tough formula, but when you can run the ball as well as they can run, you have to come up and try to stop the run. You got to pick your poison, and they are very good at running the ball, but that's what we got to try to take away.
What do you think you'll set your defense as then, basically?
Coach Bay and Coach Dumper have been coaching against each other for so long, and we'll throw a little bear defense at them and a little bit of this. It's kind of, we've had some injuries that are kind of, we can't do some of the things that we would like to, but basically we're going to crowd the line of scrimmage and try to take away their run game and hope that we can stop them when they throw those play action passes.
Now, offensively, of course, Cyclones struggle a little bit with the offensive line against Spring Hill too, I think, and you've got to get that kind of shored up a little bit as well, don't you?
Yeah, and that was when I looked at the film, I was really not that displeased with the O-line as far as their effort, and they're going to the right places. We were just missing some assignments, so I'm pretty excited about the O-line and what they do. So tonight, Caleb's been very good in the short passing game, so we're going to try to take advantage of the short passing game, and we've added some wrinkles to the passing game, and as well as the run game. But again, if we have to sit back and throw every down, it could be a long night, but we got to try to get some yards on the ground to control the clock and keep their offense off the field. It's a hard task to do. That's a tall task for sure, but that's what we're going to try to do.
Heading into the third week of the season, what's the injury and health situation look like?
Been pretty sick all week. We're not going to have our center, Michael Johnson, tonight. He has bronchitis, so he's out. And then obviously Ethan. And we've had some other smaller role players won't be able to play tonight either because of sickness and missing some practice. So, but we got besides Michael, we got the main crew out there, and we're going to roll out there with what we got and give it our best shot.
Okay, Coach, thank you a lot for talking with us again this week, and we'll speak with you again next week.
All right, thanks very much.
And we'll be back with more here on our Cyclone pregame. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Every 16 minutes, someone dies on our nation's highways, resulting in thousands of fatalities a year. You can help stop this tragedy. Buckle up. Buckle up everyone in the vehicle. Wear helmets. Pay attention and reduce distractions. While October 10th is Put the Brakes on Fatalities Day, we need you to think about traffic safety every day. Don't let time run out.
Brought to you by the Kansas Department of Transportation and this station.
Where do you go for fun and entertainment? Here's an idea. Go bowling at the new Fusion Alley in South Ottawa. Fusion Alley is equipped with cutting-edge technology in a bright and exciting atmosphere that the whole family will love. Join a league, host a birthday party, enjoy a night out with friends. And don't forget about Cosmic Bowling every Friday and Saturday night at 9:30. For more information about your new location for fun and entertainment, just visit online at FusionAlleyOttawa.com. Fusion Alley, good, clean fun at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa. Car need a paint job? Napa Auto Parts can mix paint to ensure your car looks the way you want it. In Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
Back here with Coach Rob Hedrick as the Cyclones get set to take on their traditional rivals, the Paola Panthers. And boy, the Panthers have just come out of the box, and they really, really look tough.
I told the boys this is going to be the best team we play all year until the playoffs. Being very familiar with Coach Dumper and his squad, we camped with them this summer, and could tell this summer that they are a very talented ball club. And then, like you said, seeing them on these first 2 weeks of the season on film, they're even more impressive on film. They're absolutely rolling. They're strong. Their strength is their O&D line. They're good all over the field, but their O&D line is exceptionally strong, which makes any team a very good team when you're strong in those positions.
The last few years, Ottawa's played Paola really, really tough, and the Panthers they have a tendency sometimes to go maybe 5-4 or even a 4-5, but they always bring that thing back to where it's 8-1, 9-0, and what do you attribute something like that to?
I think that's what they expect. That's their tradition, and it's no secret that a winning tradition carries you a long ways. When kids step on the field and they expect to win, they do, and it's a system where they've been able to develop where if kids aren't bought in, they have other kids to step in that do believe in the system and do believe in doing everything that they can do to win a football game. So they've got a very nice tradition going on there, and they're always a tough team for sure.
Traditionally, you don't see much different from them from year to year. I mean, they're going to run it between the tackles. Every once in a while, they're going to throw in something just so you don't get complacent about, packing everybody in the box. But it's pretty much smash mouth football with Paola.
Same every year. It's the same every year, and it's going to be the same tonight. They're going to run their tailbacks, a lot of sweeps, and then they're going to run their inside veers with their fullback and quarterback. And then, like you said, every once in a while when we're creeping up to within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage, they're going to throw a play-action pass. So it's not a tough formula, but when you can run the ball as well as they can run, you have to come up and try to stop the run. You got to pick your poison, and they are very good at running the ball, but that's what we got to try to take away.
What do you think you'll set your defense as then, basically?
Coach Bay and Coach Dumper have been coaching against each other for so long, and we'll throw a little bear defense at them and a little bit of this. It's kind of, we've had some injuries that are kind of, we can't do some of the things that we would like to, but basically we're going to crowd the line of scrimmage and try to take away the run game and hope that we can stop them when they throw those play action passes.
Now, offensively, of course, Cyclones struggle a little bit with the offensive line against Spring Hill too, I think, and you've got to get that kind of shored up a little bit as well, don't you?
Yeah, and that was when I looked at the film, I was really not that displeased with the O-line as far as their effort, and they're going to the right places. We were just missing some assignments, so I'm pretty excited about the O-line and what they do. So tonight, Caleb's been very good in the short passing game, so we're going to try to take advantage of the short passing game, and we've added some wrinkles to the passing game, and as well as the run game. But again, if we have to sit back and throw every down, it could be a long night, but we got to try to get some yards on the ground to control the clock and keep their offense off the field. It's a hard task to do. That's a tall task for sure, but that's what we're going to try to do.
Heading into the third week of the season, what's the injury and health situation look like?
Been pretty sick all week. We're not going to have our center, Michael Johnson, tonight. He has bronchitis, so he's out. And then obviously Ethan. And we've had some other smaller role players won't be able to play tonight either because of sickness and missing some practice. So, but we got besides Michael, we got the main crew out there, and we're going to roll out there with what we got and give it our best shot.
Okay, Coach, thank you a lot for talking with us again this week, and we'll speak with you again next week.
All right, thanks very much.
And we'll be back with more here on our Cyclone pregame. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
KOFO is your home for Kansas City Royals baseball in East Central Kansas. At the K or away, you can hear all the action in 2019 on 103.7 FM and 1220. Royals baseball is brought to you by our broadcast sponsors and title sponsor, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Dispro. The Royals are in Minnesota to take on the Twins tonight, but we'll preempt our coverage so we can bring you Ottawa Cyclone football from Steve Grogan Stadium. The Cyclones host the Paola Panthers at 7. Don't miss Royals baseball on KOFO. Cyclone fans, stand up and cheer. Ottawa debit cards are here. Show your Cyclone school spirit with an exclusive Ottawa High School debit card. Available only at Arvest Bank. Get yours today by opening a new checking account or upgrading your existing Arvest debit card. Even better, each card supports the Booster Club. Arvest encourages you to support local students and their after-school activities. Stop by their location on 3rd Street in Ottawa to get your Cyclones debit card today. Arvest Bank, member FDIC. Fees may apply. Do you know what Napa Know-How means? Their staff is knowledgeable and friendly, serving you in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
And back here at Steve Grogan Stadium, captains meeting at the 50-yard line for the coin toss. Again, the wind will be a bit of a factor here this evening. It'll be blowing left to right as we see it from the east end zone to the west end zone. Let's take a look at the coin toss ceremony here. Panthers have won the toss. They'll defer to the second half, and Ottawa will be moving into the wind here in the first quarter of play. Other action in the area tonight, Franklin County Schools, two of them on the road. That's Central Heights at Wabaunsee, Wellsville at Burlington. West Franklin playing Linden tonight over at Ottawa University. It's Lewisburg at Baldwin, Atchison at Piper tonight. Spring Hill hosting Bonner Springs, Eudora traveling to Tonganoxie. Santa Fe Trail and Anderson County hook up in Garnett in Pioneer League play. Parsons is at Osawatomie this evening. Council Grove's at Osage City, and Burlingame is at Meridazine Valley. Tonight at 10 o'clock, it's the high school football scoreboard show with Nick Gosnell, your host. We'll get you up to date on week 3 in high school football action around the state of Kansas. The high school football scoreboard show tonight on 1220 and 103.7 FM. Tomorrow evening, it'll be Ottawa University football. The Braves will be taking on the Sterling Warriors out at Sterling. Braves number 21 in this week's NAIA poll. The Warriors are receiving votes. Should be a good one. We'll get underway at 5 o'clock with pregame. 6 o'clock is kickoff. Bob Johnson has the play-by-play right here on KOFO. Dropping back deep for the Cyclones will be Jose Richards and Dadrian Aho to receive the kick from Ryan Wokich. Hope you enjoy the game here this evening. We are set for some football. Wokich kicks it. It'll be fielded by Aho at the 8. He's across the 15, hit at the 20, and dropped at the 21-yard line. Open field tackle there by Brock Pitzer. And the Cyclones will have it 1st and 10, just outside their own 20-yard line. Caleb Kessinger is the Ottawa quarterback. He'll have Aaron Clevenger behind him. Split receivers each side on 1st and 10. Wings both sides as well. 4-man front. Handoff up the middle. No, a deep ball instead thrown downfield, and that pass is overthrown. He pulled it back and was looking for Richards. Coverage on the play by Graydon Brenneman. Pass overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10. Play call comes in with Cale Lane as he'll replace Colin Creech in the Cyclone lineup. This time the shotgun formation with twin receivers each side. Take into the line, throw out the flat, man is open, catch made, and brought down immediately. And that is Richards at about the 25-yard line for a gain of 4. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Clevenger lined up to the left of Kessinger here on 3rd and 6. Blitz being shown. And now Paola jumps offside. Were they drawn off? Nope, offside on the defense. And brings up a much more manageable 3rd down and 1. Just about a minute gone here, nothing. Cyclones on their first possession of the ball game. Four-man front for the Panthers, but 6 and now 7 in the box. Handoff goes to Clevenger looking for an opening. He'll be hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a loss. Loss of about a half a yard. 3rd down and a long 1. Creech comes in for the Cyclones. Richard splits wide this way. And trip receivers to the far side. 4th down 1. Man comes in motion. And Kessinger in trouble back in the backfield, and he's going to be snowed under. Back inside the 25-yard line. And going forward on 4th and 1 did not work for the Cyclones, and Paola has a short field. I think that was a broken play right there. Looked like it might have been a quick handoff to the man going in motion, but instead Kessinger had to keep. He was brought down back at the 24, and that's where Paola will set up his opening drive. Split backs, pitch back goes to Connor Hayes, and Hayes gets it inside the 20. Inside the 20. That'll be a pickup of about 4, maybe 5. The other running back is Fletcher Ade. He's the lone back in the formation this time, behind Williams, who's under center. Williams may be calling or changing the play call at the line here. And in motion left. Pitch goes to Ade, trying the left side. He's got running room, and he's down to around the 10-yard line before he's finally wrestled down. Adrian Aho made the tackle. The Panther first down at around the 11.5. They can get a first down without scoring. Haas is the deep back as they're in the I formation this time. Lone receiver split this side. Handoff Haas, right side, and he's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Paola. So the Panthers strike early here after Ottawa went for it and came up short on 4th down. Wilcutt's in to try the extra point. The hold will be made by Noah Bowden. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. There's timeout on the field with 8:51 to play in the first period. The score is Paola 7, Ottawa nothing. We'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Have you ever walked into a business and been treated so well by the people that work there, you can tell they were meant to do what they do? That's what you feel when you walk into Sutton's Jewelry in downtown Ottawa. For more than 50 years, you've been treated with personal service and attention while being shown the best in high-quality jewelry and accessories. If you want to drive out of town, be treated like a number so an associate can make a commission, and walk out with jewelry like everybody else, go right ahead. But for a unique jewelry buying experience, walk into Sutton's Jewelry at 213 South Main in downtown Ottawa. Open Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5:30, Saturdays 10 to 2.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
24-yard drive for the Panthers, capped off by the 11-yard run by Connor Haas. Ryan Wilcutt adding the extra point. It's 7-0 Panthers as Wilcutt will kick it off to either Aho or Richards. Try to keep you up to date on other scores around the area here this evening. Don't forget, we'll have the high school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock. Wilcutt's kick, line drive kick into the end zone for a touchback. So Ottawa will have it at the 20. Tomorrow evening, it's OU Braves football. Big ball game out in Sterling between the Braves and the Sterling Warriors. 6 o'clock kickoff, 5 o'clock pregame here on KOFO. Man in motion left on 1st and 10. Handoff goes to the back, and nothing there for, I believe it's Clevenger, but we'll check the number. It is Clevenger. kind of stutter stepped instead of moving forward, and that gave Paola a chance to kind of close whatever gap there might have been there. .8:21 to play here in the first. Trip receivers near side, single man far side. Kessinger rolling right, will look to throw. Throws it, has a man open at the 30, and the catch made and out to the 35-yard line. And that is Colin Creech, I believe, on the catch. We'll check the number as he comes to the bench here. It was Creech. And the Cyclones pick up the 1st and 10 at the Ottawa 35. Nice touch on that ball by Kessinger. First and 10. Kessinger again will throw. Throws the slant route or the out route, and the catch is made at the 45. That'll be enough for another first down. And this time the catch made by Aho. So Cyclones have it at their own 45. Clock running with 7:30 to play here in the first period. Paola on top, 7-0. It's like Morris is in the backfield now for Ottawa. And play clock running down here as they're having some trouble with the play call, it appears. Handoff goes to Taryn Morris, but there's not much there. Pickup of 1, 2nd down 9. Talon Morris, the ball carrier. Creech comes back into the lineup. He'll split far side. Twins near side and far side. Paola showing blitz. Throw out in the flat and thrown behind the intended receiver, who was Jose Richards. Kessinger knew there was a blitz coming and got rid of it quickly, and really before Richards had a chance to turn around. So now it'll be a 3rd and 9 situation. Royals taking on Minnesota tonight. We'll try to keep you posted on that game as well. And now the Cyclones are got to burn a timeout as the play clock was winding down. 6:27 to play first period. Paola 7, Ottawa nothing. We'll return in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Do you know if your AC is ready to beat the heat this summer? You can find out by calling Adamson Brothers today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Need a recap of the ball game? Subscribe to the Ottawa Herald for their sports page or visit online at ottawaherald.com. A 3-month subscription is only $31.13 plus tax, including internet access. Or get online for only $9.22 a month plus tax. Call 242-4700 or visit ottawaherald.com.
7-0 Paola. Cyclones have a 3rd and 9 at their own 46. Osawatomie has jumped out on top of Parsons 8-0. Trojans looking to snap a long losing streak. Kessinger will throw, now rolls away from pressure, looks, now he's going to run it, and he's going to be hit and dropped just beyond the line of scrimmage. He skidded, it looked like, and they'll say no gain on the play, so a 4th down. Back deep for the Panthers will be Garrett Williams. And now Paola calls timeout. So we'll take it with them as well. 5:51 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Paola. And another 30-second break. You're listening to Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials. 418-8211. 418-8211.
Paola having to burn a timeout after having nobody on the wide man out on this side on that punt. Good snap. Kick is away. It's far sideline, and it will roll out of bounds inside the 30 at the 28. It's a 26-yard kick, no return. Paola will have it 1st and 10 with 5:44 to play in the first quarter. Panthers scored on their opening possession. Ottawa went for it on 4th and 1 and came up short. Panthers drove it 24 yards downfield to put it into the end zone. Williams under center. Man in motion right. Option play. Williams will keep. He gets crosses the 30 to 31. Gain of about 1.5 yards. Let's call it 2nd down and 8. One receiver split far side. Now man in motion right. He'll get the pitch, but we'll have a whistle and a flag first. False start on the Panthers. So 2nd down and 13. Ade is the back behind Williams here. Keeping is Williams once again, and tripped up as he gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd and 9 coming up for the Panthers. Bo Robeson is this way as a receiver. And rolling right is Williams. He'll throw out a man out in the flat. He's got it wide open. And now there's a blocker in front of him. And there goes Evan Phillips for a Paola touchdown. Well, that was well executed right there by Paola. And there was nobody that touched Evan Phillips. Wilkich will come in to try the extra point. Ball's down, the kick is away, and it is good. There's 4:19 to play in the first quarter. Paola leads Ottawa 14-0, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with the kickoff. This is Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
This is Eric Price, funeral director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. Our staff knows the importance of working as a team to take care of you in your time of need. We want to show the youth in our communities that we support their teamwork as well by sponsoring this broadcast. I invite you to visit lamb-roberts.com.
Quality Structures Incorporated in Richmond is proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast. They know that experience matters on the field and when it comes to your building needs. Visit qualitystructures.com and put their years of experience in constructing post-frame buildings to work for you.
This drive, 71 yards. 70-yard touchdown pass from Garrett Williams to Evan Phillips. Wellsville's jumped out on top of Burlington, 6-0, down at Burlington tonight. Kickoff by Wilkich, line drive kick that's going to go on into the end zone, another touchback. And again, the Cyclones will start at the 20. I think it's kind of interesting that the high school level has not adopted the touchback going out to the 25-yard line as it has been in the colleges and pros. This time, got a bit of a power I formation for the Cyclones. Looks like they moved early, but they didn't call it. Clevenger trying to get to the outside, and he'll be dropped from behind back at the 18-yard line. Garrett Williams coming from behind and got a hold of Aaron Clevenger, and it'll be a loss of 1. Tonganoxie has taken a 7-0 lead on Eudora in the first. Here it's 14-0 Paola with 3:50 to play here in the first period. Second down and 11. Flag is down and looks like it'll have a false start on Ottawa. Well, the Cyclones guilty of early movement that time, pushes them back to the 15-yard line, bring up a second down and 15. This time pretty much an empty backfield. Kessinger looks, throws quickly out in the flat, and the pass is dropped. Third down and 15 now for Ottawa. Seth Cubison will bring the play call in from the bench as he replaces Eric Dunaway for Ottawa. Hand whistle. And the official coming over. What is the situation here? Now the referee headed to the sideline here, Ottawa's sideline. And evidently the clock ran after that incompleted pass, perhaps. Third down 15, Ottawa sends a man in motion left. And looking to throw, throws a middle screen, and the pass is complete, but there's nothing there. And it'll bring a fourth down and long. So this time, Kessinger will stand inside his own 5-yard line. Williams is back deep, standing just in his own territory at the 49. Bit of a lazy snap, but Kessinger gets the kick away. It's a floater. It'll hit and take a sideways roll and be down at the Ottawa 43-yard line for a 28-yard kick, no return. Panthers have it with 2:19 to play in the first, leading 14-0. First and 10, Williams under center. Out is the running back, and Williams will throw. Throws a fly pattern down the middle, and it's caught, and it'll be into the end zone. Touchdown, Paola. Connor Haas just outraced the secondary, and it takes just one play for the Panthers to strike again. Wilkich will try the extra point. And a kick away, and it's good. There's 2:13 to play in the first period, and now Paola on top 21-0. 30-second break here before the kickoff. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Stop the flu before it stops you. Visit the drive-through flu shot clinic on Thursday, October 3rd at the Ottawa Fire Department, 720 West 2nd, from 3 to 6:30 in the afternoon. For more information, call 229-3530 or visit adventhealthottawa.com and click on Classes and Events. Advent Health Ottawa, helping you feel whole.
Need a recap of the ball game? Subscribe to the Ottawa Herald for their sports page or visit online at ottawaherald.com. A 3-month subscription is only $31.13 plus tax, including internet access. Or get online for only $9.22 a month plus tax. Call 242-4700 or visit ottawaherald.com.
Panthers got the short field, and it only took them one play. Garrett Williams to Connor Haas. And now Ryan Wilkich, who added the extra point, will kick it off. For the line drive kick, this will be fielded at the 2 by Aho. Aho gets it across the 20 and is hit hard there and goes down at the 21. Cyclones look to get something going here offensively. Morris is behind Kessinger with a back in front of him, just to the left. Now he goes in motion. Kessinger will throw, and through it behind his intended receiver, Jose Richards. And again, he threw it too early. Another split second to give Richards a chance to make his cut and come back, and you might get a completion there. Instead, it'll be second down 10. Stops the clock with 2:03 to play in the first. Single receivers to each side. Ottawa has a wingman left. They're setting up a pass out in the flat. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Panthers, and there he goes. Into the end zone goes Noah Bowden. It is a 27-yard interception return for a Panther touchdown. Again, Wilkich in to try the extra point. Bowden will hold. And Wilkich's kick is true to make the score Paola 28, Ottawa nothing. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on KOFO.
Cyclone fans, stand up and cheer. Ottawa debit cards are here. Show your Cyclone school spirit with an exclusive Ottawa High School debit card, available only at Arvest Bank. Get yours today by opening a new checking account or upgrading your existing Arvest debit card. Even better, each card supports the Booster Club. Arvest encourages you to support local students and their after-school activities. Stop by their location on 3rd Street in Ottawa to get your Cyclones debit card today. Arvest Bank, member FDIC. Fees may apply. Is it bath time for your vehicle? Use Armor All, Turtle Wax, and Eagle One products at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, or Gardner.
Some scores to pass along to you. Lewisburg leading Baldwin in the first 16-0. Osawatomie on top of Parsons 14-6. At the end of one, Council Grove leads Osage City 6-0. And Burlingame 8, Meridazine Valley 0. Wilkich will kick it off once again. This time a line drive kick. That'll be fielded by Richards. Richards crosses the 25 and is stopped right there at about the 27. Well, this first quarter has been all Paola. There's some good football teams in Class 4A, but I don't know if you'll see a better one than this Panther team. Ottawa comes up on 1st and 10 from their own 27. Kessinger rolls right. Looks, throws, pass is incomplete. Threw it into coverage. It's intended for Aho. Coverage it looked like by Evan Puser. Next week, the Cyclones travel to Chanute for a non-league game against the Blue Comets. The 7 o'clock kickoff and 6 o'clock for the Friday Night Lights and 6:40 for the pregame with Coach Rob Hedrick. Busted play. Now Kessinger breaks it to the outside, trying to turn the corner, and is going to run out of bounds at the 30. Picked up a couple, but didn't turn the ball upfield, just ran toward the sideline. Atchison leads Piper 6-0. Might be a bit of a surprise. Redmond are 0-2 on the season. Piper's jumped out to a 2-0 start. 3rd down, and we're going to call it 7, and 3-yard pickup on that last play. Again, Kessinger rolls right, looks, throws, has a man open, but the pass is broken up at around the 44-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry, it was caught by Aho. Aho was able to bring it in, and he makes the first down at about the 44.5. A nice catch in traffic by Adrian Aho. Aho and Richards are split this side as receivers on 1st and 10. Paola showing blitz. Kessinger throws, has a man open in the flat. Catch made at the 50. And let's see if we can tell who that was. So difficult to see the numbers on those new uniforms. 5-yard pickup. Clock inside a minute to go here in the first period. Paola leads Ottawa 28-0. Cyclones have it in Panther territory for the first time tonight. Handoff off the left side and a bit of a running room for a couple yards. Goes Morris. And that'll probably be the final play of the first period. Clock is inside 10 seconds to go. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. We've played one here at Steve Grogan Stadium, and Paola leads Ottawa 28-0. We'll take a 1-minute break here and be back with more. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
This is Eric Price, Funeral Director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. We're proud to be involved in the communities we serve and support the youth of today because they're our leaders for tomorrow. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, providing compassionate care when you need it most.
Smart Ottawa shoppers know Cosentino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu. Napa Auto Parts is building the largest selection of parts and accessories in the area at 104 South Cedar in Ottawa.
Cyclones face a 3rd down and 3 at the Panther 48 to start the second period. Now moving with the wind. Kessinger out of the shotgun. I believe that is Clevenger behind him. He'll throw the screen pass out there and overthrows him. Heavy pressure coming that time from Puser and Jackson Earlywine. So the punt unit comes on here as they'll be punting with the wind. So far, nobody dropped back deep for Paola. Now Williams will. There's the snap. Kick is away. Floater going to hit at the 16, roll inside the 15 and inside the 10, down at the 9. So with the win, Kessinger gets off a 38-yard punt with no return. And the Panthers will start from deep in their own territory on this drive with 11:45 to play in the first half. While Buncie leads Central Heights at the end of one quarter, 12-0. Don't forget all the scores and reports from around the state on the high school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock. Piper's taking the lead on Atchison. It's 8-6 Pirates. Under center, Williams keeps it himself. It's around the corner. He's the 15, still on his feet down the sidelines. One beat, and he breaks the tackle. Now he's got to beat Creech. Creech with a leg tackle finally at the 26. Colin Creech made a touchdown-saving tackle, but it's a gain on the play of 64 yards. 66 yards, rather, and a first down for Paola at the 25. I formation. Hand off Haas off the right guard. Gets it inside the 20 down to about the 19, and a flag thrown late. Back in the Paola backfield, it's a hold against the Panthers. From the spot of the foul, it's going to push Paola back to the 35, where it will be first down and 20. Keeping is Williams off the right side. And Williams will be stacked up at around the 32. Second down, 17 now for the Panthers. Single receivers to each side. Getting an eye in the backfield. Williams will look to throw. Throws, and the pass will be intercepted. And it's Aho with the interception, and he returns it out to the 30-yard line. Williams threw it into double coverage that time, and Aho sniffed it out, and the Cyclones get the football back. Kessinger has Clevenger behind him this time. And he rolls right, looking to throw. And the pass is going to be intercepted. Haas on the pass that was overthrown. There's a flag down, though. Thrown it around the 35-yard line. Let's see what that is. Flag picked up by the official. Let's see what the call is. An eligible man downfield on the Cyclones. Panthers will decline that, and they'll have the football back after the turnover. 10:09 to play in the first half. Panthers lead at 28-0, and now with the football at the Ottawa 38. On first down, Williams looking over to the sideline, maybe changing the play call. Adi on the quick hitter, breaks it to the outside, gets it across the 35 to the 34 before he's wrapped up by Aho. Haas and Pitzer are wingmen here. Ade just about 2 yards behind Williams. He keeps it himself, breaks it to the outside, and he has nothing but green to the end zone. Touchdown, Paola. A 34-yard run by Garrett Williams. He's now thrown for 2 and run for 1. Wilkich will try the extra point. Bad snap. Now rolling out is Bowden. He'll look into the end zone and overthrow the intended receiver. So the two-point conversion is no good. Timeout on the field with 9:30 to play before half. The score, Paola 34, Ottawa nothing. And we'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials. 418-8211. 418-8211. Working on a car, need a customized brake hose? Napa Auto Parts can help at 104 South Cedar in Ottawa.
34-yard run by the quarterback, Garrett Williams. Ottawa overcommitted on the handoff, and Williams was never touched as he got a nice block and waltzed into the end zone. Anderson County leads Santa Fe Trail 8-6 down at Garnett tonight. Short kick into the wind, and it'll be fielded by Richards, and Richards gets it out to around the 30 before he's brought down. Twins lead the Royals 2-0. Game in the bottom of the second. Minnesota looks like they're going to win the AL Central. On top of Kansas City tonight. Four-man front for the Panthers. And keeping his Kessinger and hit behind the line. And a good open field tackle by Williams. And it'll end up being a loss of about 3 yards. Got an injured Cyclone down over here on the sidelines being helped by the trainer. Looks like it might be just a leg cramp, though. Clock is running inside 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Paola leads 34-0. Pass on the slant route is incomplete. It was intended over there for Richards. Now third down 13. Tonganoxie has scored again. Their lead over Eudora is 14-0. With about 3 minutes left in the half. Blitz being shown. And like we have a penalty flag thrown late. Might have been a little extracurricular activity. I don't know what exactly happened there. It looked like maybe it was a busted play. Personal foul against Paola. A little bit too much activity after the officials had blown the whistle. There'll be a 15-yard mark off from the spot of the foul. And they'll bring it right to the 40-yard line and give Ottawa a first down. Stops. The clock is running again. 8:25 to play in the half. We'll have a report from the KOFO newsroom for you here at halftime. Don't forget our KOFO game of the week is Linden and West Franklin. I wish we had a score on that one. Try to get that for you at the next break. Handoff to Morris, and breaking through there to drop him for a loss is Mason Talcott. Morris had no chance on that one. Has a loss of 3. And Osawatomie has scored again. The Trojans leading Parsons 20-6. Kessinger has Morris behind him. And now whistle and a timeout call for by Ottawa. This timeout comes with 7:24 to play in the half. Paola leads 34-0. And we'll pause for 30 seconds. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Hi, this is Laura Hibberts, pharmacist at Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Legacy Square is complete, and now you have even more convenient access to all of your prescription needs at Kramer Pharmacy, your local Ottawa pharmacy at 134 South Main. Call 242-2055 or visit KramerRx.com.
Save time and hassle later by checking your vehicle now to be sure all of your lights and signals are in working order, adjust mirrors, and check your tire pressure. This reminder from CarStar Ottawa. Call 242-8916. CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
The Cyclones burned their second timeout of the half. Santa Fe Trail has scored to take the lead on Anderson County. Chargers on top 12-8. About 7.5 to go in the first half. Second down 13 for Ottawa. Kessinger looking to throw under heavy pressure, and he'll be sacked back at the 25. That's a loss on the play of about 11 yards. And it'll bring up a third down and about 25. Next week, the Cyclones hit the road. They'll travel to Chanute to take on the Blue Comets. Kickoff is 7 o'clock. We'll have all that action for you next week here on KOFO. Whistle. And the Cyclones call for delay of game. Burlington has taken the lead on Wellsville. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They lead it 8-6. Third down and 29. Keeping his Kessinger right up the middle, and might have gotten a yard or two, but that's about it. So a punting situation here. Kessinger back in punt formation. Williams, the return man, at about his own 45. Lazy snap, rushes on, kicks away, and it is landing at about the 48 of Ottawa and rolling dead at the 49. 28-yard kick and no return, so Panthers again have a short field starting from the Ottawa 49-yard line. Paola leads 34-0 as they come up to the line of scrimmage. First and 10. Hand off and a big hole this time for Evan Phillips. And Phillips is run out of bounds finally at the 33-yard line for a gain of 16. Panthers will use two receivers far side in this set. Handoff Audi, and Audi gets it inside the 30 to the 27 for a pickup of about 6. Panthers have used that up back just no more than a couple yards off the line of scrimmage. They've done that so well over time. Second down 4. Rolling is Williams. He'll keep. He's got blockers in front of him. Cuts it up. He's to the 15 and down near the 10. It'll be first and goal at the 10-yard line. Lamont Hill is the receiver to this side. And a handoff and nothing there. I believe that was Phillips. Might have lost a yard, actually. No gain. They'll spot it at the 10, second down and goal. Audi and Haas are the running backs in this formation. They'll set up initially in the I. Keeping is Williams. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to go in. Touchdown. Panthers score again. And for Williams, his second touchdown run of the night. Good snap. Wolkowicz's kick is up and good. With 3:57 to play here in the first half, Paola leads Ottawa 41-0, and we'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction, only does business one way, the right way, according to Tab White, who recently dialed Dials.
He treated us, I think, like he would like to be treated, with a lot of respect. He definitely operates in the realm of excellence and professionalism. He possesses a great level of integrity.
And that integrity leads to trust.
We gave him the keys to the house. That's how much we trusted him. He's part of our community, and we pretty much consider him part of the family now.
For your next project, dial Dials. 418-8211. 418-8211.
Wolkowicz will kick it away. We have a score on the West Franklin-Linden game as the Tigers on top of the Falcons, 6-0. That game being played over at Braves Field on the campus of Ottawa University. High kick. Richards will field it at the 14. He's across the 20, breaks the tackle, across the 25 to the 26 before he is wrapped up. Tackle was made by Jordan Billisbach. And Ottawa will have it at the 26-yard line with 3:50 to play in the half. Cyclones have crossed Paola territory into Paola territory one time here this evening. Kessinger on first down, looks to throw and throws out in the flat, passing complete, and a penalty flag thrown in the area where you would probably see a hold. No, a personal foul. That was a face mask call. But the official did not, the referee did not say which way that penalty was going to go. It's going to be against the Panthers. So that'll move the ball out to the 41. First and 10, Ottawa there. Empty backfield. Kessinger throws quick, and a pass is intercepted by Williams. Williams down the sidelines. Garrett Williams is going to go in for another Paola touchdown. Now 47-0. That play, I have it unofficially at 43 yards. Wilkutch punches the extra point through. We'll keep it right here. Garrett Williams now has had himself quite a half. Score update for you from Tonganoxie, where the Chieftains are leading the Eudora Cardinals 21-0. At 10 o'clock tonight, it's the high school football scoreboard show. Another programming note for you: every Tuesday evening, following the 7 o'clock news, join us for the Kent Kessinger Show, broadcast live from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa. Coach will recap this week's game against Sterling and then preview another big ball game for the Braves against the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes on Tuesday night. Bob Johnson is the host. Wilkutch, line drive kick. And that one is going to roll out of bounds. So Cyclones will have the football this time in pretty good field position. Halftime score from Osage City, where the Indians have tied up Council Grove 6-6. Parsons has scored to make it 20-12. Osawatomie still with the lead. Central Heights trails Wabaunsee at halftime, 19-0. Kessinger to throw across the middle and nearly picked off. It was intended for Creech, defended by Isaac Brickner. Stops the clock with 3:32 to play before halftime. Piper now leads Atchison 20-6 as the Pirates starting to take control of that ballgame. Being played at Piper tonight. Handoff off the left side, and Brackner hit the running back at about the line of scrimmage. And we got an injured Cyclone out on the field, it appears. We'll come out to 10 to the lineman out there who is down on the ground. Been a rough evening for the Cyclones here to this point. But you get an idea of just how good this Paola football team really is, too. So they will look after the Cyclone injured player. And he's going to get to his feet. And appearing to be Once again, I wish I could read the number and tell you who it was. Is that Chase Hempel? I believe it's Chase Hempel. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's Adam Doran. Can't tell if it's 76 or 78, but I believe now it's 76. Third down 10 for the Cyclones at the 35. Clock is moving again. 3:11 to play here in the first half. Paola leads 48-0. Morris, the running back, behind Kessinger. And keeping is Kessinger, and he'll be sacked. Demarius Bassett made the tackle for a loss of 5 in a punting situation. Ottawa's next opponent, the Chinook Blue Comets, leading Iola late in the first half, 28-0. Nobody back deep for Paola this time. Kessinger's kick is away, near side. Takes an Ottawa roll, and will finally roll out of bounds at about the 32. So 38-yard kick, no return. Paola has it with 2:13 to play in the half, on top by 48. Santa Fe Trail has scored again. Their lead over Anderson County is now 20-8. Paola comes up. In motion, Haas. Hand off Audi off the right side, and he's wrestled down after a gain of 1. That'll move the clock with inside 2 minutes to go in the first half. Spot at the 35, so a gain of 2. Paola risking a delay of game call. Williams will keep it. He'll get out to the 40 for the tackle made. And third down 2 upcoming. Hill will line up as a receiver, far side of the field here. Tight formation for the Panthers, and Ottawa jumped offside. So they'll move the ball to the 45-yard line. The clock is stopped momentarily with a minute to go in the half. And Williams will just take a knee. And they may have to run one more play. It looks like they will. Big first half here for the Panthers. And we will have a running clock in the second half of play. And again, Williams takes a knee, and that's going to end the first half. Teams will head to the locker room. Jubilant Panthers and a downcast Ottawa High team as Paola leads Ottawa here at intermission by the score of 48-0. We'll be back after this 2-minute break. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
This is Chase Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. I learned very young being in the funeral business wasn't just a job, it was a way of life. Never dull, sometimes stressful, but always fulfilling. I wanted to be a part of that and carry on the family tradition.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
KOFO is your home for Kansas City Royals baseball in East Central Kansas. At the K or away, you can hear all the action in 2019 on 103.7 FM and 1220. Royals baseball is brought to you by our broadcast sponsors and title sponsor, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Disbro. The Royals are in Minnesota to take on the Twins tonight, but we'll preempt our coverage so we can bring you Ottawa Cyclone football from Steve Grogan Stadium. The Cyclones host the Paola Panthers at 7. Don't miss Royals baseball on KOFO.
Hi, everybody. This is Denny Matthews, the voice of the Royals. Don't miss a game, home or away, this year. Keep it locked onto your source for information and entertainment. And Royals baseball in East Central Kansas, 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Let's face it, auto insurance can be confusing. Do you know your comprehensive from your collision, your no fault from liability, your premium from your deductible? After an accident is no time to find out that your definition of full coverage is actually different from what your policy says. Let local State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King explain auto insurance in terms you can understand.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Evercraft floor jacks available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
Well, the crowd here at Steve Grogan Stadium has witnessed tonight how good the Paola Panthers are as they lead the Ottawa Cyclones by the score of 48-0 at halftime. Most of the game being played on the Cyclones' side of the 50-yard line, and Ottawa has only managed to break the 50-yard line playing one time on offense. Paola has scored on 3 runs, 2 pass plays, and 2 interception returns for touchdowns. And it's been the Garrett Williams show as Williams with the 2 touchdown passes. He's run it in from 34 and 10 yards out and then intercepted a pass and returned it 43 yards for a score. So Garrett Williams, kind of your star of the first half here, is Paola on top of the Cyclones 48-0. Halftime score, Lewisburg is leading Baldwin by the score of 32-6 as the Wildcats looking for their first win against of the season against the winless Baldwin Bulldogs. Being entertained here at halftime by the Cyclone cheerleaders rather, and also from a group of youngsters who were part of the Little Cyclone cheerleaders. And now the Cyclonette dance team will perform. And I think it's about time for us to take it back to the station and get an update from the KOFO newsroom. We'll take a break first and be back with you here at halftime with Paola on top 48-0. This is Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
The City of Ottawa makes it easy for you to stay informed and be part of your community by visiting their website, ottawaks.gov. You can sign up for city alerts and city news, report an issue you'd like to see taken care of, even pay your bill online. It's where the city and citizens come together online at ottawaks.gov.
Hi, this is Laura Hibberts, pharmacist at Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Legacy Square is complete, and now you have even more convenient access to all of your prescription needs at Kramer Pharmacy, your local Ottawa pharmacy at 134 South Main. Call 242-2055 or visit KramerRx.com.
How would you like to see the most exciting team in football from the front row? KOFO and Furniture Love are sending you to Arrowhead for an experience you'll never forget. You and a friend in front row seats to watch a Chiefs game? Just stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City at 523 Market Street or Emporia at 2914 West US 50 to register once each time you're there. Only one win per person. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next ticket giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 6th versus the Colts. We'll announce the winner on October 3rd during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
When you have an emergency, who do you call? 911. What do you do if you're unable to speak during your emergency? You text to 911. Franklin County Emergency Communications Center has recently added text to 911 technology as part of the new 911 phone system. Cell phone users can use their phone messaging system to text 911 to contact local dispatch. Phones must have a text or data plan in order to use this service, and phones in roaming mode, text apps, or apps messaging services cannot use this feature. It is important to note, dispatch is unable to determine your location while using this service, so always know your location and include that in your initial text. Remember, if you're able to place a voice call, we're able to help you more quickly. But in the event you are unable to speak, text to 911 will still allow us to get the information we need. Call if you can, text if you can't. For more information, go to kansas911.org or 911.gov. This message has been brought to you by the Franklin County Emergency Communications Center and KOFO.
Pizza time is halftime. I'm Bob Johnson in the KOFO newsroom with this hour's top stories. The vintage cars from 1972 and beyond started rolling into Ottawa today. The Old Mary River Run starts its 33rd year. One of the highlights of the Old Mary River Run every year is Cruise Night. For many people, it's their favorite part of the car show. The City of Ottawa closes Main Street from Tecumseh to 7th Street and only allows registered car show participants on Main Street to cruise. Organizer Ed Clark says he loves to see people's reactions.
You know, that's one of the things that we've noticed, like especially like that cruise night. Well, the downtown, but the cruise night, the kids just love it. The little kids, they just are incredibly excited and just really love that. I think it's wonderful. Cars moving and all the sound and all the people, the excitement, and the kids, they just get so excited. And it's really heartening to us just to see the reactions from the kids mostly, but from everybody.
He adds that the setting makes you feel like you're on the scene of the movie American Graffiti. Food vendors will be set up on the courthouse lawn. Oldies music will be playing, the Christmas lights on, and many stores in downtown Ottawa will be open for the cruise from 6 until 10 Saturday night. Small non-farm businesses in 56 Kansas counties are now eligible to apply for low-interest federal disaster loans from the U.S. Small Business Administration. These loans offset economic losses because of reduced revenues caused by rain, flash flooding, high winds, tornadoes, hail, and lightning in the following primary counties that began October 15th of 2018. Primary counties in our area include Franklin, Anderson, Osage, Miami, and Lynn counties. Neighboring counties include Douglas County. Businesses primarily engaged in farming or ranching are not eligible for SBA disaster assistance. Agricultural enterprises should contact the Farm Services Agency about the U.S. Department of Agriculture assistance made available by the Secretary's declaration. The deadline to apply for economic injury is May 6, 2020. Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast. A 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight, mainly after 2 a.m. Overcast, a low of 70. Tomorrow, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, cloudy, overcast, a high of 78. And tomorrow night, showers and thunderstorms. Some of those storms could produce heavy rain, a low of 67. Chance of precipitation is 90%. I'm Bob Johnson, KOFO News.
I came here to run cross country and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families, like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team, to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu. KOFO is your home for Kansas City Royals baseball in East Central Kansas. At the K or away, you can hear all the action in 2019 on 103.7 FM and 1220. Royals baseball is brought to you by our broadcast sponsors and title sponsor, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Disbrow. The Royals are in Minnesota to take on the Twins tonight, but we'll preempt our coverage so we can bring you Ottawa Cyclone football from Steve Grogan Stadium. The Cyclones host the Paola Panthers at 7. Don't miss Royals baseball on KOFO.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. From fighting wildfires with air support, helping civilians in flooded neighborhoods, to delivering food and supplies to those who have lost everything, the Army National Guard always responds when disaster strikes. The Army National Guard also trains to be ever vigilant against threats, foreign and domestic. They protect our skies with missile defense weaponry. They secure our information, communications, and infrastructure with cybersecurity. And they protect us against chemical, biological, and radiological hazards with the civilian support team. The Army National Guard also stands ready to deploy and provide support for conflicts or humanitarian missions abroad. Join the Army National Guard and be there to respond, protect, and support your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard. Aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We're being entertained here at halftime by the Ottawa High School Marching Band and also the middle school band participating tonight. It's 48-0 Paola here at halftime, so we will have a running clock in the second half of play tonight. Other scores around the area at the half: Wabunsee 19, Central Heights 0. Also a halftime score: Burlington at home leading Wellsville 8-6. We had a first quarter score: Linden leading West Franklin 6-0. That's our KOFO game of the week, with Luke Queen bringing you the play-by-play of that one from over at Ottawa University. Lewisburg at halftime on top of Baldwin, 32-6. It's Piper 20, Atchison 6. No score to report to you on Spring Hill and Bonner Springs. Tonganoxie leads Eudora 21-0. At halftime, Santa Fe Trail 27, Anderson County 14. Osawatomie leads Parsons in the second period 28-12. Council Grove and Osage City tied up at 6 at halftime. And a final already in. Burlingame has shut out Meridazine Valley tonight, 46-0. Let's take a look at the Cyclone sports calendar for you. Volleyball will be at the Rossville Invitational Tournament tomorrow, and then at home to take on Lewisburg in Frontier League play on Tuesday the 24th. Boys soccer will be in action on Tuesday at Baldwin, and then back home to take on Lewisburg in a match on Thursday the 26th. Girls tennis will be at DeSoto on Thursday, and girls golf continues their first season ever, and they'll be over at Paola on Wednesday. Besides the OU football game tomorrow evening, again, we'll tell you that one's a KOFO broadcast starting at 5 o'clock with pregame with Bob Johnson. 6 o'clock is kickoff, Ottawa and Sterling tomorrow evening. The other sports around campus, pretty sparse schedule, actually. Women's volleyball will take on William Woods and Sterling on Wednesday. They play William Woods at 3 o'clock and then Sterling at 7 o'clock from Wilson Fieldhouse. Soccer, both men's and women's, will be on the road at Sterling on Tuesday the 24th. Golf will be hosting the OU Fall Invitational up at Eagle Bend Golf Course in Lawrence on Monday and Tuesday. And cross country will be down at Bethel for an invitational, and that will be tomorrow morning. Don't forget, we'll have the high school football scoreboard show coming up for you tonight at 10 o'clock with your host, Nick Gosnell. Get you updated on scores and reports from teams and radio stations around the state of Kansas. Every Friday night, it's the high school football scoreboard show right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. And we'll be back with the start of the second half of play after we take this 2-minute timeout. The score is Paola 48 and Ottawa nothing. And you're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. Pre-arrangements make the difference of a family that is stressed and a family that is free to grieve, to celebrate a life. Consider making your pre-arrangements to lift the burden.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
It is good to know your AC is ready for the summer. Before it gets hot, call Adamson Brothers for a spring tune-up today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
KOFO is your home for Kansas City Royals baseball in East Central Kansas. At the K or away, you can hear all the action in 2019 on 103.7 FM and 1220. Royals baseball is brought to you by our broadcast sponsors and title sponsor, State Farm Insurance Agent Ryan Disbro. The Royals are in Minnesota to take on the Twins tonight, but we'll preempt our coverage so we can bring you Ottawa Cyclone football from Steve Grogan Stadium. The Cyclones host the Paola Panthers at 7. Don't miss Royals baseball on KOFO.
How would you like to see the most exciting team in football from the front row? KOFO and Furniture Loft are sending you to Arrowhead for an experience you'll never forget. You and a friend in front row seats to watch a Chiefs game? Just stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City at 523 Market Street or Emporia at 2914 West US 50 to register once each time you're there. Only one win per person. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next ticket giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 6th versus the Colts. We'll announce the winner on October 3rd during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show. It's a celebration of 70 incredible years at 1220 KOFO and 103.7 FM. So come celebrate the good times with us. Be our guest Tuesday, September 24th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the KOFO studio for hot dogs and hamburgers, chips and cookies. Hear special KOFO guest interviews from the past and present. Plus enjoy a piece of special KOFO birthday cake. Yep, come celebrate 70 years of good times this Tuesday at KOFO.
Back here at Steve Grogan Stadium, both teams back out of the locker room. We get set for the second half of play with Paola leading Ottawa 48-0. Took the lead on their opening possession after Ottawa went for it and failed in their own territory on fourth down. It was an 11-yard run by Connor Haas. Ryan Wilkich added the extra point to make it 7-0. Then on the next drive, Paola went 71 yards and the touchdown, a 70-yard touchdown pass from Garrett Williams to Evan Phillips. Wilkich again with the kick, 14-0 Panthers. Paola got it back after a punt, and Williams hit Haas on the first play from scrimmage for 43 yards and a touchdown to make it 21-0 after the Wilkich extra point. Then Noah Bowden intercepted a Caleb Kessinger pass and went to pay dirt from 27 yards away. 28-0 after the Wilkich PAT, and that was the score at the end of one quarter of play. In the second quarter, Paola getting another interception and scoring on the second play from scrimmage. Williams on a keeper, 34 yards to pay dirt. And then Williams capped off a 49-yard drive with a little under 4 minutes to play in the half on a 10-yard run. And then finally intercepted a Kessinger pass and went 43 yards for the score. One of those conversions was no good, not the kick, but the fumbled snap. And so here we are at 48-0 heading to the third quarter. Paola will get the football first. Cyclones have turned it over 3 times tonight, Paola with 1. That was an interception by Dadrian Aho. But Ottawa turned it over on their next set of downs. Linden now leading West Franklin. I believe it's 26-0, maybe 27. We'll see if we can figure out they got the extra point. That is our KOFO game of the week. Luke Queen broadcasting over at Braves Field on the OU campus. continue to trail Minnesota 2-0. That game in the bottom of the fourth. Royals have got to go 7-1 the rest of the way to avoid 100 losses. Cyclones to kick it away. Reese Vogel in to do that. Back deep for the Panthers will be Caden Shea. Up backs are Isaac Myers and Lamont Hill. Vogel boot it away. Short kick, fair catch called for by Paola, and they'll take it at the 36. Smart play right there by Jackson Earlywine. And Paola will have good field position to start this opening drive of the second half at the 37. Let's see who we will have out there for the Panthers offensively here. Williams will be in at quarterback to start this opening drive. Clock is running. Ade is the up back. Now Williams steps up and looks over to the sideline and changed the play call. Handoff Ade off the right side, breaks into the secondary across the 50 and wrestled down to the 46. Kessinger made the tackle. Gain to the 45, 1st and 10. Robeson is a wide receiver left in motion. Right goes Phillips, and a carry off the left guard by Ade. Picks up about 4 to the Cyclone 41. Now Haas is in the backfield as they'll set up in the I. Williams under center. Haas on the delay, gets it across the 40 to the 36, maybe the 35. He is close to the first down, but looks to be shy by about a yard. 3rd down 1. Paola has not had to punt tonight. They have turned it over once. Quarterback sneak by Williams has the first down to around the 32. From the 33, 1st and 10. 9:16 to play in the third period. Phillips in motion, fumbled snap. Garrett Williams picks it up, and he'll be driven back. There'll be no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Williams keeps it himself, breaks a tackle, has it across the 25, and close to the first down at about the 23. Garrett Williams is just a junior. First and 10 Panthers at the Cyclone 23. Adi on the quick hitter off the right side, breaking Cyclone tackles and gets it inside the 15 and close to the first down. Looks like they'll spot him at about the 14-yard line. Panthers will line up in the I. This drive started at their own 36. Blitz coming. Handoff goes to Haas. Haas is tripped up as he gets it inside the 10 and down to around the 8. First and goal from the Cyclone 9. Linden leading West Franklin at half, 26-0. Haas tries the left side, and there's not much there this time. Cyclones had a host of tacklers there. Looks like Haas picked up about a yard. Second and goal from the 8. Twin receivers split to the far side of the field, rather. Adi, quick hitter off the right side, fights forward down near the goal line, but not in. Like he stopped it around the 1. Quarterback sneak, and Williams is in. Touchdown, Paola. So Garrett Williams scores for the 4th time tonight. Wilkich will try the extra point. Bowden will hold. High snap. They'll pitch it out to Wilkich. Now he's going to reverse his field. He's hit back around the 15. Now he's headed for the pylon. Did he get in? He did. So Ryan Wilkich, on a busted play, ends up getting the 2-point conversion. And it's 56-0 Paola. We'll take a 30-second break and have the kickoff for you. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
It's late at night. You've been visiting family and you're on your way home. You didn't see the deer in front of you until it was too late. Everyone is safe. Your vehicle did its job and protected you. Now you get to find out if your auto insurance does the same. It will, because you have State Farm Auto Insurance through local agent Keith King in Ottawa.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Evercraft Trolley Jacks available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
64-yard drive on the opening possession for the Panthers here in the half. And Garrett Williams, 4th rushing touchdown. Check that, 3rd rushing touchdown. 4th overall. He also has 2 touchdown passes tonight. And then on the busted play, Ryan Wilkich converting for 2. Wilkins will tee it up. Clock continues to run. Line drive kick into the end zone and a touchback. Well, the Cyclones will get it at their own 20. I imagine the Panther starters are done for the night. And in motion right, handoff right, and breaking through, stopping the running back for a loss was Demarius Bassett. That's a loss on the play all the way back to around the 15, second down and 15. Ottawa has not had a running game tonight at all. They've had a little bit of success throwing it. They've also thrown 3 interceptions. Pass out in the flat is caught. And a little bit of yardage, but not much for the receiver out on the right side. That was Aho. Picks up a couple, brings up third down and 12. Empty backfield now as a man comes split out this way. And Panthers jump, but were they drawn off? It is an offside penalty against Paola. So now third down 7. Tonganoxie has scored again. Their lead over Eudora is 28-0. Kessinger steps up, throws across the middle, has his man, and a first down across the 35. And that pass, I believe it was Aho on the catch. And that's going to finish out the third period. So 3 quarters in the books, and the score is Paola 56, Ottawa nothing. Back with the fourth quarter play after this 1-minute break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
I'm Taylor McNair, Miss Rodeo America, and Boot Barn and Wrangler have asked me to share my story. Growing up, I never believed in myself. Being Miss Rodeo America taught me that you don't have time to second guess yourself. Through this year, I've gained confidence in who I am. I signed thousands of autograph sheets, and on each one of them I write, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." I hope that I can be that encouragement. Wrangler at Boot Barn, proud sponsors of Miss Rodeo America.
How would you like to see the most exciting team in football from the front row? KOFO and Furniture Love are sending you to Arrowhead for an experience you'll never forget. You and a friend in front row seats to watch a Chiefs game? Just stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City at 523 Market Street or Emporia at 2914 West US 50 to register once each time you're there. Only one win per person. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next ticket giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 6th versus the Colts. We'll announce the winner on October 3rd during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
Evercraft engine stands available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
On the first play of the fourth quarter, Aaron Clevenger went around the right side, picked up 5 yards out to the 40, and the Cyclones have it second down at 5. Kessler will throw across the middle. It passes off the hands of the intended receiver, Jose Richards. That pass play went for a touchdown against Baldwin. And if Richards had been able to corral that one, he looked like he might have a little bit of open room in front of him. But instead, it'll bring up a 3rd down 5. Clock continues to run, 10:45 to play in the game. Empty backfield, Kessinger to throw. Now rolls away from the pressure, now throws, has a man open, and the catch is made for a 1st down. And that was Eric Dunaway on the catch, and the Cyclones move the chains. Piper has scored again. They lead Atchison 27-6, playing at home tonight. In Panther territory at the 48. Kessinger to throw. Rolling right. Now steps up, throws. Pass is going to be incomplete. He trapped it. Creech was the intended receiver. Second down and 10. Handoff to Lane on the reverse, and Lane has positive yardage to the 45. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Twins continue to lead the Royals 2-0 that game in the bottom of the 5th at Target Field. Reverse right this time. And bottled up pretty quickly by the Panthers. Gain of 1, maybe 2 for Aho. And a 4th down and 5 for the Cyclones. And with 8:20 to go, you might as well go for it. Empty backfield, trips right, Twins left. Kessinger rolling away from the pressure. Now sets up, throws it up for grabs, and the catch is going to be made downfield for a 1st down inside the 15. That was Jose Richards on the catch down there. He just out-jumped the Panther defender for the football. And the Cyclones in the red zone for the first time tonight. $7:18 to play. 1st and 10. Clevenger, the running back. He'll get the handoff. He breaks the tackle in the backfield. Now he's going to be snowed under back and around the 15. Loss on the play of a yard, maybe 2. Close ball game at Osage City at the end of 3. Council Grove leading the Indians 13-12. Second and 11. On the reverse, and fumble on the play. Well, maybe not. Maybe Ottawa had it all along. Loss on the play of 2 yards, though. Bring up third down long. Lewisburg 32, Baldwin 12 in the third quarter. Inside 6 minutes to play. Paola leads 56-0. Blitz. Kessinger rolls away from it, throws it downfield. The pass is underthrown and incomplete. Well, the Cyclones are going to try a field goal here, it looks like. Reese Vogel to try a field goal. It will be from 32 yards out with the wind. Kessinger will hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Vogel kicks a 32-yard field goal, and the Cyclones are on the board. Clock continues to run. We're down to 4:22 to play. Ottawa High will kick it off. Anderson County has closed within 27-20 against Santa Fe Trail. That game at Garnett tonight. Vogel will kick it off. Deep back for Paola will be Caden Shea. Well, and Santa Fe Trail just returned the favor on Anderson County. They returned the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown, now 35-20. Vogel will boot it into the end zone. And Paola will start from the 20-yard line. Central Heights has scored, but they still trail Wabaunsee 25-6 in the third period. Panthers come up. They'll work from a power I formation. Hand off and a big hole. And yardage out to the 39-yard line for Giovanni Blackie, sophomore running back. Paola quarterback in this set is Ryan Sloan, a junior. And about a 20-yard pickup there. Sloan hands it off to the deep back, off the right side for a couple, maybe three. Isaac Myers, the ball carrier. 2nd and 7. We're under a minute 35 to play. Halo will move to 3-0 on the season. Cyclones will drop to 1-2. Next week, the Chanute Blue Comets down in Chanute. And now it looks like the Panthers are going to victory formation. Sloan takes a knee. He'll have to do that one more time. Osawatomie has scored again. Trojans looking to break that long losing streak. Lead Parsons 36-12 now. One more play here. Sloan watching the play clock as it winds down. He will take a knee. And the clock will run out here. And the final here from Steve Grogan Stadium is Paola 56 and Ottawa 3. We'll be back to wrap things up in 2 minutes. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
This is a cow whose milk became everyone's favorite cheese at the craft fair. But cheese only lasts so long. The impression a small business makes needs to last much longer. And now Vistaprint is introducing free shipping on all business cards in any quantity. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company, or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. For a limited time only, get free shipping on all business cards in any quantity with promo code 3131. That's promo code 3131 at Vistaprint.com. Own the now.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like company pages where you can get people excited about working for you. And we give you this toy monkey, which will bang its cymbals when the right resume appears. Okay, there is no monkey.
I said there is no monkey!
But company pages, for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo to try company pages for free. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Taylor McNair, Miss Rodeo America, and Boot Barn and Wrangler have asked me to share my story. Growing up, I never believed in myself. Being Miss Rodeo America taught me that you don't have time to second guess yourself. Through this year, I've gained confidence in who I am. I signed thousands of autograph sheets, and on each one of them, I write, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." I hope that I can be that encouragement. Wrangler at Boot Barn, proud sponsors of Miss Rodeo America.
Hi folks, Dirk Bentley here. Being on the go is a big part of my life. I love seeing new places, meeting new people, and performing all over the world. For energy on the go, for me, it's 5-Hour Energy. It works fast, works long, and it tastes good. With 0 sugar and 4 calories. Try it. It could work for your on-the-go life too. 5-Hour Energy. Energy on the go. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Well, the Paola Panthers come into Steve Grogan Stadium and make short work of the Ottawa Cyclones tonight, 56-3 the final. Paola scored 28 in the first, 20 in the second, 8 more in the third. Cyclones got their only points on a Reese Fogel field goal with 4:48 to play in the game. Big night for Garrett Williams of the Panthers as he scores 4 touchdowns and throws for 2 others. For the Panthers now 3-0, while the Cyclones fall to 1-2. And we'll have a final word on our broadcast after this timeout. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
This is a cow whose milk became everyone's favorite cheese at the craft fair. But cheese only lasts so long. The impression a small business makes needs to last much longer. And now Vistaprint is introducing free shipping on all business cards in any quantity. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company, or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. For a limited time only, get free shipping on all business cards in any quantity with promo code 3131. That's promo code 3131 at Vistaprint.com. Own the now.
Hey guys, this is Blake Shelton.
And Kelly Clarkson.
Reminding you that The Voice is back with
the super amazing, incredible Gwen Stefani. Oh my God, I'm so stoked.
Are you finished?
Sorry.
Thank you. As I was saying...
Kelly and Gwen shaking things up on The Voice. It's gonna be so much fun.
Okay, I'll give up. You just do it.
Don't miss the premiere of The Voice on NBC. Oh, this is going to be a long season.
Yes, it is.
The Voice returns with Gwen Stefani. The blind auditions begin this Monday on NBC.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-636-9292. That's 1-800-636-9292. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-636-9292.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
And back here at Steve Grogan Stadium, final here. Paola 56, Ottawa 3. Cyclones will be on the road next week. They'll take on Chanute. Friday Night Lights at around 6 o'clock. Pre-game with our Rob Hedrick interview at 6:40. Join us next week for the Cyclones against the Blue Comets. A 7 o'clock kickoff down in Chanute. Again, the final, Paola 56, Ottawa 3. This is Gary Bateman saying so long from Steve Grogan Stadium.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO. Brought to you by Quality Structures Incorporated, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Sutton's Jewelry, Admin Health Ottawa, and by Ottawa University, Kramer Pharmacy, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and Lamb Roberts Funeral Home. Our Cyclone game sponsors also include Cosentino's Price Chopper, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, CarStar,